All right. What we got here? Steve Witkoff went to some GHF aid locations. Damn, I guess the heat's starting to get a little too hot there for the Trump administration. Remember, these were the motherfuckers who said, like, we're gonna make a deal with Hamas. We're gonna make a goddamn ceasefire deal. We're gonna do it, folks. Guess he doesn't want to do any of that shit anymore. That's cool. What do we have here? Pathetic play to hide the truth. They brought in some woman from who knows where. Then the soldier turned to the lady in the back and said, "Come here for a second. Greet Witkoff real quick. Take a photo." They're doing fucking the media fucking bullshit. That's so funny. Of course, the world believed it compliant, disgraceful, and despicable. Witkoff's false showcase ended. His photo was taken and he left. Dude, they did a fucking photo op with some random Palestinian woman. That's so fucking funny. Painful truth return to the spotlight, hunger, killings, and collapse at the gates of the fake aid centers. Again, based off of the testimony of the Green Beret, ex-Green Beret rather, Anthony Aguilar, who has been constantly saying, like, yeah, I went there, I saw what happened, and all the IDF did was just shoot at them with machine guns, fire at them with mortars and tanks and fucking missiles. So that's cool. Well, apparently, 100 million meals have been delivered by the Gaza Humanitarian Aid Foundation. Okay, quick question. You guys have only 4 aid locations. 3 of them are in the south, and 1 of them is in the north. The north is where it is 10 times fucking worse, and you've managed to deliver 100 million fucking meals. This is another question. What constitutes as a meal in the minds of the GHF? Because we know that their main client is the IDF, as per what Anthony Aguilar said. We took a look at that fucking interview that he did with Chris Van Hollen. I'll fucking goddamn put the goddamn video in the goddamn description. Goddamn. I don't know why I'm saying goddamn so much. We know. Okay, we know about this. You want me to believe that 100 million meals, whatever is considered to be meals, were fucking delivered through 4 aid locations with not even anywhere near close to the amount of trucks that is necessary to bring in those fucking meals to those locations and then distribute it amongst them with enough staff? I don't buy it for even one goddamn second. No, this is all photo op shit, okay? There is no fucking way. Yeah, 1 million meals for 100 days straight. We know this can't be right with all the blockades. Exactly, Boy Meets Mini. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. You're full of it. I don't buy that for even one fucking second. But what do we got here? U.S. envoy Witkoff's visit to Gaza criticized as a publicity stunt. Oh. Well, say it ain't so. Yeah. Listen, I'm doing the factorial math here, and it's not the throughput's not checking out. Okay, I'm detecting some fucking bottlenecks, and that are being done by the Israelis specifically. Bottlenecks at these fucking 4A distribution locations, where if you want to have a throughput of about 1 million a day, you're gonna need a lot more than that. At least At least a fucking 100. Okay, ain't no fucking way. Weeks of rising anger over Palestinians starving due to Israel's offensive and aid restrictions have reached all the way to the White House. Oh, it's reached all the way to the White House, huh? Crazy. With President Donald Trump lamenting the sight of emaciated children on the brink of starvation. On Friday, his Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff entered Gaza in a rare visit by high-level U.S. officials to the besieged enclave. Accompanied by the Israeli military, Witkoff visited an aid distribution site in southern Gaza. Again, like I said before, where most of the fucking aid is needed is in northern Gaza, as was said, also corroborated by Anthony Aguilar in his interview with Chris Van Hollen. Most of them are coming in from the fucking north, which is about like an 8 to 12 kilometer fucking walk in order to get that aid, going through a fucking active combat zone. So it's just like, oh, well, they got shot by accident. Whatever. Nice meme. Yeah, totally. I really, really do believe that they distributed those 100 million fucking meals. Yeah, okay, sure. I wonder what they mean by one meal. Like a tiny morsel of fucking flour? Like a little bit of fucking flour? Maybe a couple noodles? Is that a fucking meal? I doubt it. run by the U.S. and Israeli-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, where hundreds of Palestinians waited desperately behind barbed wire for food. Incredible feat, Mike Huckabee, the U.S. ambassador to Israel, who accompanied Witkoff, said in a post on X on Friday. Mike Huckabee, a complete evangelical psycho fucking freak, probably is a big fan of the fact that all the Palestinians are getting, I don't know, turned into mulch for his, 3 IQ rapture bullshit. After touring GHF's operations and speaking to folks on the ground. Again, let's see some of the feats of this, of GHF, right? GHF contractors shooting at Palestinians. Why don't we take a look at this? I feel like I've done this bit before. Why don't we do it again? GHF contractors that are saying like, yeah, you hit a fucking starving Palestinian. Let's go. Woo. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, let's go. We hit people who are starving with guns. Woo. Yeah. Totally fucking so cool. Very good. Palestinians and others inside Gaza have criticized the visit as a public relations stunt for GHF, whose aid distribution process has been marked by chaos, looting and deadly shootings, often by Israeli soldiers, that have killed hundreds of hungry Palestinians seeking aid. I believe the UN has said that it's about 1,000 fucking Palestinians or something. It was a PR stunt, a controlled visit supervised and dictated by the Israeli military. And in Bourgois, whatever. An American critical care nurse volunteering at Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis told NBC News crew on the ground what they saw was not the reality. Bourgois had earlier called for Witkoff to visit Gaza, urging him to witness the conditions on the ground for himself, but felt his limited tour did little to change the situation on the ground. Food is still incredibly difficult to find. People are still being shot at aid distribution sites, and the violence continues, she said. On the day of the visit, at least 92 people were killed on Friday across Gaza, including 51 people who were seeking aid. Well, what's going on here? Israel, you have some explaining to do. I thought you had to make it look good for the cameras. You just want to keep fucking killing people, not showing any of the cameras on that stuff? What's going on here? Well, that's a little sussy. Dr. Mohammed Sakr, director of nursing at Nasser Hospital, told NBC News. Mohammed Sadak, 47, who was hoping to collect food for his family of 9, told NBC News' crew that tanks had advanced toward him and others as they sought to receive aid. They are constantly shooting at us, he said, firing from tanks and sometimes by drones. Gee, I wonder why they keep doing that to all these starving Palestinians. It's almost as if, like I've been saying, these fucking aid locations are nothing more than fucking honeypots. And they have to now do PR to try to deflect from the fact that these are fucking honeypots. These are meant to do one thing and one thing only. Gather the Palestinians in a very congregated location and then just shoot at them with mortars and guns and tanks. The Israeli Defense Forces did not immediately respond to a request from comment. Oh, I'm sure that they didn't do that. On the shootings at aid sites following Witkoff's visit. Israeli officials continue to deny claims of widespread hunger inside Gaza. Though in a sign of shifting discourse, top U.S. officials have begun to acknowledge the crisis. Again, with that particular bill that was not passed, obviously, but that was put forth by Bernie Sanders with 27 Senate Democrats voting in favor of the fucking resolution of stopping aid shipments to Israel, right? For, I believe that was for the assault weapons, and then it was 24-70, I think, for the, or 24-73, some shit like that, for halting the delivery of bombs. Again, still would like to know the 3 dissident Democrats who decided to be like, well, assault rifles are bad, but bombs? Yeah, those are probably okay. That seems a little strange to me. You've got little kids who are clearly starving to death. Vice President J.D. Vance told reporters on Monday. Again, the only reason why J.D. Vance is fucking saying this stuff is because he wants to save his own ass, right? Like, let's be fucking honest here. He's just doing this because it's all like, there's no there when he's saying this, okay? It's all fucking, like, dumbass fucking rhetoric because he knows that it's just, like, looking really, really bad for the Republicans in terms of this issue specifically. In a post on Twitter, Witkoff said the visit's purpose was to give Trump a clear understanding of the humanitarian situation, help craft a plan to deliver food and medical aid to the people of Gaza. Sure, man. When it's more than likely too late at this point, and basically, like, there's going to be so many fucking potential genetic defects that are going to be passed down because of these people getting the fucking absolute crap crap bombed out of them, and then being under siege for the past 3 months. After Gaza, Witkoff on Saturday visited Hoshed Square in Tel Aviv, where families of Israeli hostages held captive by Hamas were demanding that the Israeli government secure a deal to release the remaining hostages. 50 hostages remain in Gaza, about 20 of whom are believed to be alive. I wonder why a bunch of them are not alive. Couldn't be anything that the Israelis are doing in particular. Couldn't be anything. Bombing the fuck out of them constantly, not allowing any of the aid in. Some of that aid would also go to the, maintaining of the fucking hostages. Nah. Benjamin Netanyahu doesn't care about any of this stuff, so, According to a statement by the Hostages and Missing Families Forum, Witkoff told them, "We will get your children home and hold Hamas responsible for any bad acts on their part." Yeah, because Hamas are the main people doing bad acts. Listen, I have no doubt that Hamas has probably done some fucking bad acts. Without a question in my mind. Israel's been bombing the fucking crap out of not only them, but also the fucking hostages that they have. Like, are we for real, dude? Seriously. It's fucking ridiculous. He added, "We will do what's right for the Gazan people." Oh, I'm sure. The protest came after a video of an Israeli hostage in Gaza, Ram Broslavki, whatever, was released by the Palestinian Islamic Jihad on Thursday. A day later, Hamas released a video of another Israeli hostage, Ivatar David, showing him alive but frail. It is unclear when the videos were filmed. "We cannot endure even one more minute without bringing him home," Bravlovsky's cousin Adam Hajjaj said in a statement. "This video tore my family apart, I'm certain." Huckabee, meanwhile, hailed GHF's distribution of over 1 million meals per day. Cap. Don't believe it. I'm detecting throughput issues at those 4 locations. I don't believe this for even a fucking second. 1 million meals a day? Don't believe it. Which at Gaza's population of roughly 2 million people averages to half a meal per person per day. GHF stepped in to distribute food in the weeks after Israel lifted its nearly 3-month total blockade on all food and supplies entering the enclave. But the aid GHF distributed, alongside some limited quantities by other international organizations, fell far short of the needs of the population. Last Sunday, Israel said it was expanding aid across into Gaza after outrage mounted over the widespread starvation and surging deaths from malnutrition. GHF runs 4 aid sites in Gaza, and even though it claims independence from any government, it runs the sites inside Israel's militarized zone with the backing of the Israeli military. Like Anthony Aguilar himself said, he literally said the main client was the fucking IDF. Who do you not say no to? You don't say no to the fucking goddamn client. When a bunch of people in the IDF, representatives, were about, a liaison officer, rather, within the IDF was about to tell snipers to shoot fucking kids in the head. Like, are you people for real, dude? Yeah, dude. GHF totally is not being run by, or it totally doesn't have any relationship at all with the fucking IDF. Yeah, totally. Witnesses and aid agencies have decried the aid delivery process, which according to the UN has resulted in the deaths of nearly 1,400 people while collecting aid, including 859 in the vicinity of the GHF sites. The Israeli military and the GHF have acknowledged that some shots have been fired, but said only as warnings. Oh, really? Yeah, we're gonna shoot at the shambling fucking corpses that are trying to get some fucking food in order to survive. Yeah, we're just gonna fucking shoot at them to tell them to hurry up to get the fuck out. Yeah, totally, man. For sure. Definitely fucking warnings. Get the fuck out of here. US-backed Israeli forces and private contractors have put in place a flawed militarized aid distribution system that has turned aid distributions into regular bloodbaths, New York-based Human Rights Watch said Friday. Burgos' colleague, Dr. Adam Kinwitz, urged the diplomats to see what's happening to children, the families, to these young boys and men and women that are all basically shot at like rabbits. Don't think there's really any other way to get to summarize that any better. I guess the Trump administration is starting to feel the heat of a lot of people saying like, yeah, this is really bad and should be fucking stopped. Right? We all know about the fucking Democratic Party, but there's also growing discontent within the fucking Republican Party. Not because they actually care about the Palestinians, but more so because they're anti-Semitic and they just hate Jews. Like, that's the reasoning why the Republicans are coming out in terms of, like, saying, like, oh, yeah, we really don't like about the actions of what fucking Israel is doing. It's fucking crazy, dude. But now that the Trump administration is acknowledging, like, well, we may need to do some fucking PR, some spin to try to give some cover to our dog shit over here. And the complicity that more than likely the Trump administration and the broader United States in general has been having with this fucking goddamn genocide. Don't think there's really much else to say besides that.